Okay, guys, so let's talk about the big post-credit scene to Venom. Now, of course, if you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, this is kind of going to be just a quick one where I explain what happened to some of those that don't exactly know what happened, because believe it or not, there are those people. So, with that in mind, remember, spoiler alert starting right now. Okay, so during the course of the movie, we know that there's quite a few symbiotes out there, but we don't necessarily know how exactly all of them are going to come down to Earth or anything. That's left to the sequel to explain. But at the end of the movie, we see that Eddie is sitting with his former fiance, and he says he has a big interview lined up, but he can't tell her who it is. Now, as the post-credit scene starts, we see that this is his big interview. He, of course, goes into a jail. It's maximum security. We can see someone's clearly locked away behind many bars, and this happens to be the one and only Cletus Cassidy. Now, of course, Cletus Cassidy, for some of those that are unaware, goes on to become one of, I guess you could say, Spider-Man's and Venom's biggest foes, aka Carnage, the red symbiote, who's very synonymous with, I guess you could say, violence, blood, tearing people apart, because, hey, it is a serial killer that gets the Carnage symbiote, and he becomes pretty dangerous, to say the least. So that's what they're setting up. So naturally, you have to assume that this is setting up, I would assume, Venom 2, because they can't really drag it out for another movie unless they really try too hard. But overall, you can kind of see that, the actor we see, quite obviously, is pretty much recognizable to everybody, I think, at this point. And we see that despite what they're trying to do here, I think that... Okay, this is going to sound weird. I think it didn't come off good because of the terrible wig he was wearing. Because you got Woody Harrelson, who's a great actor, but this curly, red wig they threw on him just didn't look good. And if they're gone ahead and changed so many elements of the Venom mythos already, you could have just left them bald or with short hair or something like that. I don't think anybody would have cared, but I think they really need to beat people over the head with, hey, it's Cletus Cassidy, it's Carnage. And he even says there, right at the end, he tells us what the plan is. It's kind of beating you over the head with it, but he's like, oh, once I'm out of here, Eddie, I'm coming after you, and there's gonna be carnage. Carnage. Get it? Alright, yeah, okay. It's a pretty self-explanatory scene if you know what's up with the characters, but if not, there you go. For those of you guys that saw the movie, let me know what you thought of it, and what do you think of Harrelson's look?